I hope you really, really love the song. Okay, so now let's do a lyric by lyric. So I'm gonna sing the song lyric by lyric, a cappella, and go through every single lyric so you could get how I wrote it, what I wrote it about, and a little bit more information on what happened in my life. So let's get to it lyric by lyric. Let's do it now. Around you everything's a mess, putting me through so much stress, thinking you're the one. So there's some people where it's like, it almost feels like fire and ice. And that was exactly how it was like with me and this person. It was like everything was always a mess. It was like whenever I would meet them, it would be this really stressful, complicated situation. Like I would always end up getting stuck on a mountain to go to their house, and it was just like, it was a mess, and it was always really stressful and really hectic because it was one of those people that I almost had to change myself for a little bit. And so it was one of those situations where it was like me being like trying to trust them and try to believe the best in them over and over and over again, because I wanted to believe they were a good person and wanted to give them chance after chance after chance. So it would just end up being really, really stressful. But I really did think they were the one, because I was just like, yeah, they're the one, you know? Okay, and then, you make me feel so controlled. When I'm with you, I get cold. Part of me is done. Yeah, so this was the part where I started realizing that they were controlling me. Like 100%. If they really wanted to control me and wanted to control like my career, my music, what I sounded like, what I did, who I was as an artist. And I was like, this isn't cool. This isn't cool. And also they made me feel cold as well, because I didn't know, they just were a little icy and a little like, come on. Just do it like this and like this and like this and like this. Just controlling. A lot of guys can be controlling, unfortunately, and it's the worst. And so part of me is done, because at that point I was like, I don't think I could even do it anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't think I could do it. I really like your outfit. Thank you, Louise_DeFrance. It's my princess outfit for Trust a Boy. Curtsy for the queen. Oh, a part of me is done. Sweet talker, no shocker. So yeah, this person, I just realized they were definitely a sweet talker. Because you hear those people and it's like, at the beginning, when you first meet them, they promise you all these things. And they're like, you are going to have so much fun with me. We're going to be best friends together. It's going to be so much fun. Our relationship going to be amazing. Sky's the limit. And then it's like, they always end up being empty promises that fall flat. And you're like, what a shock, that didn't happen. Couldn't trust you again. And it gets really frustrating. And then, I can handle the ups and the downs, Because it's a lot to go through when you're going up and down and up and down. It's a lot. It's a lot of emotional wear and tear, a lot of stress, a lot of emotions, too much. Yeah, so. Fake traitor, see you later. Why does this have to happen right now? So yeah, it's like when you realize the person was being fake and you're like, oh, did they even ever care? Bye. And they leave and it gets sad and you're like, sad. And it always ends up happening at the worst possible moment. It's like, is it your real hair? It's so long, beautiful. Thank you. It is my real hair. Thank you. You're super sweet. And so then you get to the point where it's like, oh, it happened again. They didn't care. You're so pretty like a princess. Thank you. It's my princess theme. I'm so happy that you like the princess theme. That makes me so happy. Lots of fun princess stuff coming. It's going to be so fun. I can't wait. And so you're going to sing? Yes, of course. And so then that got really frustrating and it kept happening at the worst time. So, how do I know if I can trust a boy with my heart? I love your voice, OMG, thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so how do I know if I can trust a boy with my heart? Honestly, it's so much easier, but so, like I said, for me, the chorus is really a cry out to God, and it's a prayer of saying, how can you change my heart? How can you make me a more trusting and loving person? Because honestly, it's so much easier to guard yourself and be scorned and say, I'm never going to trust a boy again. I'm never going to give people a chance. Everybody's hurt me. Victim mentality. I'm done with the world. I'm done with people. I'm done with society. I'm only living life for me. But you know what? It takes so much strength to keep trying to have trust in your heart and learning how to trust people and learning who to trust, who not to trust, working through your trust issues if you have them. And it's a lot harder, but it is so worth it, and you're going to be so much happier at the end. And even if you end up getting misused again, it's better to have loved and have lost than have never loved at all. But it's still about being smart. And that's why I pray. That's really what my prayer was. Please, God, direct me and guide me into knowing who should I trust. I like your crown. Thank you. I like your hair. Thank you so much, Snowflow3R. You're super sweet. I really appreciate it. So it's about being I don't know how I'm going to put myself out there again. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I'm going to try. And so God, please help me to know who to trust and who not to trust. And who I should guard my heart from and who I can open myself up to. How do I know if I can trust a boy? Believing you'll stay is the hardest part. So that believing you'll stay is the hardest part because it's so true. It's like, how do I not know you're gonna leave? And I always have a really hard time telling people things and opening up to people a lot. That's always been my major trust issue because it's I just don't really trust that. What if they're not in my life anymore in a month? What if they tell other people my secrets, and how do I know if I could trust them with this information, and how do I know they'll be loyal to me and not betray me? So that's always really hard. So, believing you'll stay is the hardest part. How do I know if I can trust a boy with my heart? How do I know if I can trust a boy? Not knowing today is the hardest part. So the not knowing today is the hardest part. That's always really hard because it's like, it's like you wish you had a crystal ball to be able to see, are they going to betray you? Is this going to be somebody in your life that's worth opening yourself up to and worth taking the risk of getting hurt and becoming their friend and loving them and letting them in your life? Or is it like, oh, you shouldn't, but you know what? Even though not knowing is the hardest part and knowing if they'll stay or not, those are the hardest parts. It's like I'm learning now, you have to love people. You know what I mean? And I think that the purpose of life is loving each other and loving other people and forgiving people and living your life not for yourself but for other people. And I really do. And doing good deeds and helping people and taking the risk of getting hurt. And I think it takes so much more strength than acting all cool and turning yourself away from society, because that's cowardice. But putting yourself out there every day and putting yourself out at the risk of getting hurt, that's true vulnerability and that's true strength. So remember that. But then, I can't take another lie, no excuse or alibi. You're underneath my skin. So yeah, it's like I just don't want to be lied to again. And I just all these excuses, all these alibis that just aren't true are so frustrating to deal with. And I just can't take it anymore. And I don't know. This was really also me saying to God, I don't think I can handle another heartbreak. I don't want to be scorned. I don't want to be bitter. I don't want to be unforgiving. I don't want hatred in my heart. But I don't know if I could handle another heartbreak. So please give me strength. Treat me like I don't matter. When we talk, we just shatter. Because you always win. Yeah. So I totally understand. Heartbreak is the worst. Heartbreak is the worst. Joy Doll 123. Yes, it really, really is. It really is. I hate it. Yeah, it's so you underneath my. Sorry, yeah. Because you always win. So that part of the song is about basically, I just really felt like the person did not think that I mattered and did not think that as a person I mattered at all. And I realized that every time we talked, or I tried to talk to them, it'd be like, you just hit 20K, girl, congratulations. Oh my gosh, we hit 20K on release day? Oh my gosh. Thank you, TikTok. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. That is so sweet. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for the support. Your support has been so kind, and honestly, you have given me faith in humanity, and you have, like, all the support and all the kindness has changed my heart so much. It made me and really had God answer my prayer to really has had God answer my prayer of knowing who to trust and who not to trust and opening myself up again. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate your support, and I really appreciate you being here and you listening and being so kind to me. I really appreciate your kindness, and I love you so much. God bless you as well. I love you so much. You're very kind. Oh, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Thank you. I love you so much. Yeah, and so then the next slide, so yeah, because you always win. That's just saying, going back to why even try, kind of like getting to the point where it's like, you know what, like, you treat me like I don't matter. When we talk, we just shatter, because you always win. It's kind of like, I'm done with it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm done with it. So then, strange anger, my anchor. If I go with you, I will drown. So I thought this was a fun lyric of strange anger. And then my anchor, like you're my anchor, and if I go with you, I'll drown. Because it really was this way with this person where it was like, they really had a crazy temper, so you really had to walk around on egg shells, and you didn't know that if they were going to. Are you a Barb? Yes, I love Nicki Minaj. She's so amazing. It's so cool, and I love her songs. They're so cool. And so I really never knew if they were just gonna explode on me or not. It'd be like, you stink and you need help and blah, 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 and you are the worst and you need to just stop and go away and never talk to me again. Like, very temper tantrumish. And so it was a lot to deal with. And, it was scary. Like, it got to the point where it got really, really scary, and I couldn't trust it all. It got very abusive and very bad. But you know what? It made me so much stronger, and they were my anchor. But honestly, I realized that I can still trust people, because as painful as that situation was, and as abusive as it was, and just awful, I'm so happy that it happened, because I wouldn't be the person that I am today if that didn't happen to me. And I wouldn't be as strong as I am today. I wouldn't be as forgiving. I wouldn't be as empathetic. I wouldn't be good. You can grow from experience. Yes, you really can grow from experience. And I really wouldn't be as happy as I am today, and I wouldn't be as grateful to be out of the situation, and I also wouldn't be as smart, and I wouldn't know the red flags to look for, and I wouldn't know how to handle different types of people and tempers. So I'm actually really glad it happened looking back. So I got through it, and no, if you went through a toxic relationship, it's the worst, but you can grow from it and become a better person. You really can. Oh, bye. Have a great day. Corny girlfriend, thank you for joining. I love you. So yeah. Real fans comment that it's still live and not on TikTok. Oh, I think they're both real fans and both amazing. But thank you for joining on both. I love Instagram, Yoda_B_, and I love TikTok too. And everybody live on sessions as well. All amazing. All the best, like ever. But I hope you have an amazing day. You too. I love you so much. Yeah. And so, wait, there's a new song. Why don't I know? Yeah, RJ, a new song came out last night called Trust the Boy. It's by Link in Bio. You gotta listen to it. It's really fun. It's by Link in Bio on